Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking cloud. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I am your host, Mikey. And with me, as always, is my main man, Tommy. What's going on, brother? Happy Friday.
What is going on, man? We are here. It is our first Sunday game of the football season. So I am excited, man. We got some people in the chat already.
Jay Stone, what's going on, brother?
Oh, that's DJ Stone, man. Yeah. What is up? He was supposed to come on tonight, but he forgot his laptop. But he's here in good spirits or whatever you want to call it. But by the way, I gotta ask, Mikey, how is your non-contact injury going?
I am progressing. I'm still bedbound. I am working through it. Lots of medication, which helps. But other than that, I'll be all right. You know, I'll be here for this hour show, and then I'll be able to do the live, fantasy one tomorrow. But I'm still very much grimacing, uncomfortable, a little bit of pain.
For Mikey. Long story for Mikey, but it was a non-contact injury, and those are usually the worst. So he'll get back on his feet and ready to go. He's already here. So 1 week he was gone from us, and he has returned. So
yes,
glad to have you back.
I am back. By the way, you killed the post game. Killed it.
Thank you.
Well
thank
done,
you.
brother.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. And by the way, people in the chat here, Beth has been showing up like crazy. Thank you, Beth, man. You are becoming one of our better subscribers. I appreciate you coming on. I haven't seen him in a while. Pamaruto, doesn't he convince me not to be nervous? Are we gonna do that tonight? Are we gonna convince people not to be nervous, Mikey? Triggs, what's up?
Yes, we'll get there. We'll get there when we get to our game predictions and talk about the injury report.
Right.
But let's kick it off with a little bit of news. We'll start with Blackshear. He was signed off of our practice squad to the Carolinas 53-man roster. Congratulations, young man.
You said he was never going to get picked up on a 53, and I said, you just watch, Mikey. He might just...
You called that one.
I did.
when he came back, when he wasn't selected coming out of cuts, I didn't think he would get selected. I think because there was such high, he was riding that high momentum for having a fantastic preseason and training camp. When he didn't get picked up, I'm like, okay, maybe he's not gonna. However, what I did find out in listening to, I think it was Matt Perino today, he was saying how they don't have the protection, the practice squad protections this year. Now that they've dropped all the COVID stuff, we still have the. Thank you. We still have the high, the 15 or 16 man practice squad, but those 3 protection slots where they can't pick it up, that's gone. So anybody can get signed at any time off your practice squad. So
yeah.
I didn't
good for him.
But good for him. I hope he.
I'm gonna be so upset if he winds up being even. Listen, I'll be upset if he's better than Zach Moss. That's it. Like, I'm not even saying that I'll be upset if he's good. Like, if he's better than Moss, like, I'm upset, right? We have to be.
Oh, you're so down on Moss right now, brother.
God, I am so upset with him. He's just so underwhelming right now.
Thank you, DG. Appreciate you, brother. Thanks for coming in. But okay, agenda item number 2. The Steelers lose to the Browns. They drop to 1-2. How much time does Mitchie have left as the starting QB for the Steelers?
Not long. That's a pretty bad offense. I mean, to his defense, it isn't the best offensive line right now. I mean, he is under pressure. Not the greatest offense in general, but can they do better than they are now with the rookie, or the same? And might as well just let him get his. Yeah, but it's not even that. I don't even know if it's going to come to a point where it's like we're losing, right? And why not just give this kid a chance? And it's not even about probably playoffs, more just reps, right? And we're not going anywhere with Mitch, anyways. I still think you stick with Mitch for maybe one more week, but you could kind of tell that. What's his name? Brain fart. No. The coach.
Tomlin?
Yeah, Tomlin. You could kind of see his frustration building up, and he hasn't had that. You got to remember, he's been with Roethlisberger
the whole time,
right? The whole time. So,
but he isn't really Roethlisberger last year too.
No, he was, but that was he understood that Ben was going to retire, like that. It was going to happen, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I just kind of feel like this is his first time where he's challenged as a coach for a quarterback position. Like, now he's kind of like in this spot because their defense keeps him in the game for a little bit. You know what I mean? But if their offense is like sputtering like that, I mean,
see, and I don't think it's a Mitch Trubisky thing. I think it's a Matt Canada thing, their offensive coordinator, because this is the same offense that Big ran last year, and it looked just as horrible. However, that's just me.
It could be. I don't know. I'm just, like I said, though, sometimes you put that different quarterback in, you get a little different spark. Even if they lose, like I said, you're getting them reps anyways. I mean, but I want to do it just yet. I would still kind of give it a week or two, but who knows? You also don't want to piss the fans off either. You know what I mean? You don't want to give them a total crap show, because even if the rookie comes in and they don't do much, they're still excited to see him play. You get what I'm saying?
So, say they pulled him this game, right, and put Pickett in, and he got some, and then his first start was next week, or next week. Do you really want to have his second start against the Bills?
Yeah, they're not going to do against. No, they probably won't do that. You know what I
probably
mean?
Wait until after the Bills game.
Like exactly. Like I said, I don't see it. Yeah, probably a couple weeks. You know what I mean? Depending on how the next week goes, I don't know. Maybe they find lightning in a bottle at some point, but I don't think so.
Pim's right. Pim's right here. It says you can only make a first impression once, so they need to be careful, because the Titans fans are already sour on Willis after he came into the game and the Bills just shut him down.
Yeah, but
Willis ran into a buzzsaw, dude. That was they put him in a no-win situation.
Yeah, you can't judge that off, though. And not only that, it's not game plan around Willis. Like, he's not. Yeah. He hasn't been working with the one. Like, a little bit different.
Derrick Henry.
I will say this though. About Pickett though. They had a little competition at camp, so he was working with the one. So wouldn't it be like, if they did throw him in, it wouldn't be like, oh, he hasn't worked with the ones yet. Like, they got to get on the same page. He probably could step in and know the play. He's going to know the playbook. He's going to be familiar with his weapons. So, but you're right. I would wait till after the Bills game. But either way, he's going to have to live and learn. He's going to have to play. He's going to play a tough defense. Sure. Yeah, eventually. So
it'd be interesting to see how much rope they give him. Mitchie, because Tomlin was pretty adamant that Trubisky's still the starter. In his press conference this week. So, we'll see how much longer they get, because, for every game that they lose, it's going to continue mounting the pressure. I think the pressure should really be going to their offensive coordinator, who is really not putting them in position at all. Like, some of the play calls are just god awful.
Yeah. Or maybe he just thinks they're limited in what he can do with the weapons he has too. I don't know. I don't know. I don't really.
Great skill weapons.
I mean, they got a great running back. I get that. But I don't know that. I'm going to be honest with that. I'm not too familiar with their weapons on offense, so I can't really. I'm not going to.
Okay, so let me. They have Deontay Johnson, Claypool, and Pickens, the rookie, as the
Yeah,
three wide
Claypool.
receivers.
I know Claypool. Yeah.
Deontay Johnson's actually one of the better receivers on that team too. And then they have Freiermuth, who's been killing it at tight end.
Mhm.
I think he's a second year guy.
Yeah.
Their weakness is their offensive line because they're in the process of rebuilding the offensive line. But
yeah, he's under pressure a lot.
They have the weapons, so I don't understand why the offense is skidding out the way it is.
Well, if you don't have a good offensive line,
touche.
You know?
You have to be able to play above that, and I don't know if Mitch can do that.
Yeah, he seems like he is like running for his life, and he has no answers.
Not yet, Pim. Pickens is extremely talented, but I also watched him completely give up on a ball and try to one-hand catch it and make a superstar catch that almost got picked off at the end of the game.
Yeah.
If he catches that with two hands, it's a touchdown. It's a 3-point game instead of a 7-point game. He's the definition of the prima donna.
Yep.
So we'll move into the injury reports for the Bills. Very long injury report, by the way. We have 4 guys already ruled out. Dane Jackson, neck. Micah Hyde, neck. Ed Oliver, ankle. Jordan Phillips, hamstring. All out. So two of our starting secondary, both of our starting 3 techs.
Yeah.
Then our questionables. We have Jordan Poyer, foot. Tim Settle, calf. Mitch Morris, elbow. Gabe Davis, ankle. And Dawson Knox, foot. Poyer, Settle, Morris, Davis, and Knox all had limited practices today. But so did Ed Oliver, and Ed Oliver was ruled out right after practice. So we'll see how this plays out. Now, depending on how many of those guys are truly out, is depending on if we start getting nervous or not. Because that's a lot of key guys on our team.
Yeah, man. That's crazy because we've been such a fortunate team. Yeah, like the last 2 or 3 seasons with like avoiding injuries for the most part. And all of a sudden, it is just piling up, and it's weird because these are injuries that like we didn't really watch during the game except for the Dane Jackson one. But like, for instance, like Gabe Davis, right, at practice, it was like a non-contact thing. It's like, boom, he's out. Then it's Ed Oliver's injury didn't seem that bad. He went back on the game week. You know what I mean? It wasn't like we were like, I wasn't even that concerned. I thought he was going to maybe possibly play the week 2. Yeah. And then I thought for sure he'd play week 3 because he sounded so confident he was going to play in week 2, and not there. Then it's Jordan Phillips. I'm like, oh, thank God. Then he's running down like a maniac and pulls his hamstring. It's like funky injuries, bro. Like Dawson Knox, didn't even see what happened. I saw him on the side. He messed with his foot. He went back in. He seemed fine, but now, right? Then Micah Hyde was a freak thing, like once again with the neck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the way he tackled him, it was an odd night because there's a bunch of injuries on the Titan side too. It was just a weird night.
Yeah, the opening kickoff.
I'm with you. I'm with you, Jay. I don't think we're winning by 21, but I do think we're winning.
Golly, man, it is frustrating, but I did text you. We talked about it.
Yeah.
In a way, I mean, guys, it is early, so that's the good part. Not that it's good, but like get it. Hopefully, gets it. Whatever happening now, get it over with, and hopefully we stay healthy for the second half of the season into the playoffs. And I did mention this to you, Mikey, and I know a lot of people were talking about the OBJ thing, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but if he is healthy by the time playoff season or, towards the end of the season, you guys see what can happen, right? In practice, like a stupid injury. I don't know how Gabe Davis
and a walkthrough.
Right. So would you not want a proven receiver just in case?
For the
something
playoffs,
happened?
because I'm not comfortable with Kumaro being a wide receiver
right.
too.
So 100% pay him some, low salary for whatever he does for that playoff run. I'm sure he'll take it. He's on, and yeah, man. And then also, by the way, I saw what's his name retire, because I was thinking about, remember I was telling him, maybe should we pick up a veteran?
Sanders?
No. The corner from Pittsburgh.
Joe Hayden?
Yeah, he officially retired.
Oh, did
so, he officially retired. I think he officially retired a Brown, if I'm not mistaken. I think they said. I could be wrong. Chat might know.
Yeah,
but yeah, but man, like I was thinking the other day, I was like, damn, he's still out there before he retired. Because look, I mean, we don't know when Dane's going to come back. We have no idea. Like it could be next week, it could be following week. I don't know. Then you got and all it takes is one more injury. God forbid, right? If Benford goes down or Elam, then we're really in some. Now we're grasping at straws for depth because I don't think our corner depth is that deep. Now that Trey ain't coming back to at least week 8. Dane Jackson, who knows? I have no idea. So now we're down to 2 rookies
and Cam
Lewis. That's
and
it.
Saran Neal. Don't forget Saran.
Saran Neal, but Saran Neal is one of the, like, I wouldn't totally have faith if, like, it was just down to Saran Neal and Cam Lewis.
Don't hate on Saran.
I don't hate on him, but he's a different corner. He's not that kind of.
He's
not
a physical guy. He's a physical
right.
guy.
So I really think you'll see. I have a feeling, Mikey, you're going to see some kind of corner sign soon, like just to have.
Yeah, if Dane's going to be out a while, I could see.
Correct.
That will tell
if
us
he's not, then we're not.
Yeah, that's going to tell us how long Dane's going to be out. Really?
Yeah.
If we see a signing next week to the practice squad, veteran corner, just to get him up to speed, I could very much see Dane's going to be out about a few weeks.
Yeah.
I am excited though. Good thing Christian Benford played so well and it was just a great depth find. You know what I mean? Because he's been starting the first 2 weeks, and now we have Kyer coming in to start on the other side of him. And those two played a ton last week, and they looked good. And they've played a ton in the preseason, and looked good. So I'll be interested to see how they hold up against Tyreek and Waddle.
I'm honestly, like, we're gonna get into the game soon, I'm sure, but I'm not worried about that, Mikey. I'm just worried about the way this first 2 weeks is going with injuries. That God forbid if something happens, we really are limited now, right? Like, we're starting to get skating on thin ice with the corner room, right? We eventually have to. Even if, Mikey, you just sign someone to the practice squad, just waiting it out. They do it all the time. You know that they'll sign some defensive tackle, cut them the following week, right? Just in case, almost like a just in case guy. But who knows? I don't know. Like you said, it's up to what happens with Dane Jackson. But bro, on those kind of neck injuries, man, in the way 9 times out of 10, they're not rushing you back. You know what I mean?
No. And let's be perfectly honest, McDermott this early in the season is going to play it cautious anyways. I think it's the reason why we're not seeing Oliver. I think if it was going to be a playoff game, Oliver would be out there.
Yeah,
I really believe that.
Yeah.
Scott comes in. What's going on, Scott? I'm very worried about the speed on offense with rookies playing okay, but rookies nonetheless. Yes. I'm not really worried as of, overall, because have you watched Miami actually play outside of that fourth quarter? They had 3 touchdowns in 7 quarters and then exploded when they were playing single. Why was Baltimore playing single high coverage against Tyreek Hill?
Well, Mikey, we talked about this once again.
That makes zero sense.
So, listen, guys. So, to somebody who messaged about worrying, should we be worried? So, real quick, Miami played the Patriots week 1. And the Patriots defense will always be game. Get this right. Be game for any opponent. Doesn't mean they're great anymore or good. They're game. They're game opponents. They lost J.C. Jackson, right? Like, they lost one of their best corners. So it's not like Patriots have this great corner, great defensive backs, and they held them to 13 points, right? Because of scheme, right? Because of Belichick. He schemed the Dolphins right. They held them to 13. Let's get it right, guys. 13. Same team, same receivers, same everything. They went against Baltimore. I want you guys to be aware of this. And I said this on the post game. Baltimore Ravens last season were the last ranked defense against pass. They are now last this season. That's why they're letting guys run wide open. If you think Buffalo, even with the people that were missing, Dane Jackson, Tre'Davious White, I've never ever seen anyone run wide open. We've given up touchdowns that quick, left after right. Like, it's just very rare our defense have meltdowns. So I wouldn't be too concerned about that. We have a very, very good defense coordinator, Leslie Frazier, who's going to game plan versus their speed. And it's still about the front, right? It's still about the 4 rushing.
Yep.
I think we can get to Tua, and I think that's what will have to – Tua will have to get the ball out early. He's not going to be able to hit those deep – right. Those deep balls will be gone. Also, you guys have been seeing what the defensive line been doing against the run. Once you shut the run down, which we've done both weeks, and Miami doesn't have a very good running team anyways, they are going to be forced to pass. With our offense, the way it's been playing, where we're scoring at will, the Dolphins will have to just continue to pass sometime during the game. And Leslie Frazier will dial it up like he's been doing. I don't see them just running wild open waddle 50, 60 yards. Like, I just can't see it happening. I see this game, Mikey, going exactly how week 1 and week 2 played out. Dolphins probably score first quarter, and we buckled, we buckle up, and the rest is history. I think, kind of like a boxing match, right? I told you that before. Like, it's kind of like a feel out. Like, I think Frazier likes to feel, okay, this is what you're going to bring us. Okay. All right, let me see.
I'll make adjustments.
Adjustments, yeah. Oh, this is what you're going to bring, right? Okay, so I'm going to throw this at you, and we're gonna right, and you see what's happening. The offenses, Rams and the Titans came out, scored. It was a close game, first quarter, and once Frazier saw, okay, this is what all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to adjust now, and bro, their offense is stalled both times, both second halves, nothing. So I expect this game to be the same. I'm be honest with you, man. I do.
And I know we are without Phillips and Oliver, but don't forget,
Phillips,
there's a good chance that settles back this game. He is questionable, but he practiced all week in a limited capacity. And Settle has that 1-tech, 3-tech flex. So, if that's the case, we'll have Daquan still, and we'll have Settle as our 2 starters. Then we'll be able to roll in Bryant and Brewer. We'll bring them back up like we did last weekend. And then don't forget, we saw Boogie at D tackle in rush situations. We've seen Groot at D tackle in rush situations. So I'm although I'm gonna miss the man child, Jordan Phillips.
Yeah, man.
And that's Tommy's big crush.
Man crush.
But we do have a few questions in here. Scott said he missed it. The other one is Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver is out. Poyer, Settle, Morse, Davis, and Knox are all practice limited, but they're all questionable in game time decisions. I'm pretty sure they're all going to go. So I'll be interested to see how that rolls out. Yes, and Penn comes in and says Kyle Hamilton's overrated. Yes. First off, Wink Martindale's gone. Wink Martindale is with the Giants now. Imagine that. The Giants defense is good. They have a good defense coordinator.
Right.
So it's not. So when you think about the Ravens, everyone just assumes they have that vaunted defense, but they don't. It's not the same. It's not the different coaching staff, different philosophy, different players.
Yeah, and their offense sputtered in the second half because even if their defense just shit the bed, which I like to call it, if their offense would have kept going, kept the pedal to the metal, they still would have won that game. It's just the Dolphins held them down to I think 10 points. Now it was a wrap. But if the Ravens would have kept going like they were in the first half, they still would have won that game.
They took their foot off the gas.
Exactly. So I don't. That's another thing too, guys. Like I don't see the Bills like at least what we've been doing. We are a high-powered offense. The Dolphins would have to totally have the greatest defensive game plan versus us, where they shut us out and somehow shut us out in the second half. Like it's just I can't see it happening. Like we are going to keep going until we could have scored 50-something points against the Titans. We pulled
our starters out in the middle of the third quarter.
So did the Titans, which is crazy. I've never seen a team do that so early, bro.
Wave the white flag like that?
Yeah, that early? That's crazy, bro.
So let's quickly because Triggs comes in with a fantastic point as Howard's dealing with a pulled groin. So let's get through the Miami one real quick. on the Miami side, tight end Season Carter, who got is out. Tight end Hunter Long is out. Teron Armstead didn't practice all week, and he's
Yeah,
questionable.
that's a big loss if they lose.
Yeah, if he doesn't play.
Yeah, if he doesn't play, yeah.
Xavier Howard has been limited with a groin injury, so that's a big one. A banged up Howard against one-on-one against Diggs. I'll take Diggs all day. Cedric Wilson, limited practice, questionable, and Roquan Davis, full practice, questionable. He's coming back from a knee injury. So, Miami isn't firing on all cylinders either. And the line is shaky at best.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. When healthy, their offensive line is shaky. And, so, yeah, I mean, I get there. And you know what I hate about games like this, too, though, Mikey? We're going to win 100%, but I just hate the whole, because you're going to hear it. Dolphin fan,
Dolphins fans
you can't, you're going to, the excuses. Oh, you got hurt player. That's why we lost. Like, listen, we have good depth. I think the guys coming in are going to do just fine. And I am not going to play that card, win or lose. I think we're going to win, no doubt. I really do. I'm still confident in this game. But if we did lose, which I don't think is going to happen, I'm not going to play that card where, we were missing these guys and that guy. And the Dolphins shouldn't do it either. You know what I mean? But fans will do that. Fans love to do that, play that.
Listen, the Miami fans are gassed up right now because they played one good quarter.
They love it.
Oh, my God. They think Tua is the second coming. He broke out. They unlocked him. He's going to be the greatest quarterback ever.
Mm-hmm.
The Bills don't stand a chance against these guys. They have two rookies and Micah Hyde's out.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, we have a fantastic backup safety who doesn't get to play because he sits behind two All-Pros in Jaquan Johnson.
Oh, dude. I love Jaquan Johnson, bro. Every time his number's called, he steps up, bro. But I got to say, that's honestly, though, not just him. A lot of our team, like a lot of the players, I mean, that when their numbers get called, even Kumaro, who I not the greatest fan of, stepped up.
Yeah.
Go ahead with the Scott Blakely.
Okay, Scott comes in with the super chat and says, you think the Bills are too conservative with injuries? We need home growth throughout, or I'm thinking he's saying home field throughout. Every game is critical if you intend to win the Super Bowl. I think they can be too conservative with injuries. I don't think they would be this later in the year. Knowing it's early in the year, they don't want this to linger. So they're giving them the time that they need. We also have fantastic depth. So now we're going to see what our depth truly can do.
Mm-hmm.
We saw it last week. We were without Settle and Oliver, and we did fantastic. Brewer and Bryant came in and filled in fantastically, especially against the run. Dane Jackson is a good corner. He's good.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure we're actually have a better athlete on the field when we put Kyle Elam out there, who's faster.
Yeah. I agree with that to a sense, but we also have a guy that's not as seasoned as Dane Jackson, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's not as NFL. He hasn't had the reps like Dane Jackson, right? But I totally agree with you. Like, as far as tools go, for sure, Kyle Elam is going to be a better player than Dane Jackson when he gets everything right. But right now,
I'm not concerned with.
He's going to have. It's not that I'm concerned. It's just he's going to go through some bumps, and this is one.
Mistakes, both of them.
Yeah, this is a great game for him to be challenged early against. Right now, I mean, we got to say it. Two of the better receivers. I mean, we know he a Hill for sure, but Waddle has played very well. He's played very well his rookie year, and he's starting very well his second season. So this is a really this is a step up for Benford and Elam to show really, what they're about against prime time receivers, because that's what they are.
Yeah.
So this will be an interesting game. But I have a feeling we're going to, shut up a lot of people, Dolphin fans, after Sunday.
Yep. So Chewy comes in and says we're going to miss Bobby Hart, right, Tommy?
Is Bobby Hart finally gone?
He's suspended. because he hit a coach.
Oh, that's right. He hit a coach by accident or something, right?
So he found him in the hall. He was looking for him.
What happened? Does anyone know like the details?
Because remember, he was with the Titans last year for a little while, and then they let him go.
So something happened.
Something happened, and he found him in the tunnel and smacked him up.
Big old Bobby Hart's. No, I won't miss him. It's fine.
Chewy, yes, I agree. Elam's going to go nuts being back in Florida. I'm excited for these two young corners.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for this challenge. I'm not all that impressed. I went back and watched a little bit, and I have to finish watching it, but I went back and watched a little bit of the Patriots game just to get a feel. Like, they were running the same plays against the Patriots that they were running against Baltimore. The difference was the Patriots have a average to above average defense.
Right.
Who don't double team a running back and let Tyreek Hill run wide open.
That was my point earlier. Like, it's not the listen, this isn't the old school Patriots where we'd be like, damn, yeah, they're just game always, but that doesn't mean they have a great defense this year. But they have a good coach who knows how to game plan. And Baltimore, apparently their defensive coordinator and their players just don't know how to guard. I don't know. Don't know how to play defense correctly anymore. Like, what happened there in Baltimore? Like, it's weird, bro. Mm-hmm. I never seen Baltimore do so bad, Mikey, in defense. Like, give up that easy of touchdown.
They melted down. They just melted down.
But they were doing that since last season, last in the league. I mean, like I said, it's not. They just something's wrong. Something's wrong. Either personnel or defensive coordinator is doing a bad job. I don't know.
Well, last year was Wink Martindale, and then they fired him, and he was with the Giants, and he's doing wonderful over there. I really think it's more the personnel that's not meshing.
Yeah, could be.
The concepts that they want to run aren't what
it could be.
The players they have.
Could be time for a restart then, because you can't listen. You can't allow that to happen. If they think they're a playoff team, if they are considered a playoff team, and they go to playoffs like that, giving up that easy of touchdowns, it's going to be a long day. That means their offense is going to always have to be hot in order for them to even keep in a game. And it ain't going to happen. Because look what happened. Their offense sputtered, and the Dolphins called up. That's all. Their defense going to hold. So,
yeah, I'm with you. Sorry, I don't know if you can hear my dogs. They're going nuts. Someone's at my door.
It's fine. It's fine.
Scott Blakely comes in with another super chat. As much as we don't want to admit, this is a big statement game for the Bills as well. Take your soul. Hope they take, yeah. You know what? You're right. Everyone's gaslighting the Dolphins right now. The Bills go in there and just do what the Bills have done over the last 5 years and just snatch their souls from
on
them.
the road. Yep.
On the road again. You know what? This seems like very much of week one. You know how they were just like talking up the Rams? No way the Bills got a chance. It's opening night. Huh? And then after the fourth quarter, the Bills don't stand a chance. Everyone just keep doubting them. Wait until it happens.
And somebody tweeted, it's so funny. They're like, I forget who did it. Hansel, this guy, he's always tweets. Anyways, he put the Bills, something like the Bills 3 home games in a row for the Bills or something like, yep. Because, bro, Bills Mafia always, in Miami, they got the worst fans, bro. You're going to see a ton of Bills fans at Hard Rock Stadium. So it's almost like a home game again. So the Rams game, it was loud as shit, Bills Mafia, right? The Titans game, Tennessee, all at home. At home. We brung it. Miami, we're going to bring it again. So it's like 3 straight home games. Mm-hmm. So we'll have the crowd on our side in Miami, pretty much.
Right. At the end of the day, it's going to be fine. Like, I'm not that worried. I mean, at the end of we don't have any problems on offense. Our offense is still showing up, guys. Yeah. Best offense in the league, still going to show up.
Offense. And Ken Dorsey is doing bro. Ken Dorsey has been adjusting so good, Mikey.
Yeah.
I keep saying it. So much better than Dable did. Like, that's what we were missing. Like, this is like, you see him when they go to him in the box, he never looks like worried. He just looks like he's just calling the plays. Like, it's just like another day at the office, man. Like, man, he just looks confident is what I'm trying to say. Like, Here it is. I'm going to call it. You're going to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and boom, boom. And our offense looks like it's been under that system for years. It looks so comfortable with Dorsey's, with the play calling. You know what I mean? Like, I think Josh Allen loves getting rid of the ball early, like we talked about. 3 yard out, 4 yard, 5 yard, just kind of dicing them up down the field.
Rhythm.
Yeah, and just dicing them up, right? Dicing the defense up, and before you know it, boom, he goes deep. It's been like that for the first 2 weeks.
Yeah,
dicing, boom.
And Pim comes in and says, "Don't forget the Dolphins have a good defense." Let's not forget that they do have.
Of course, they do. They have very good.
You know what? They're also missing one of their star corners too. And Jones, he's not back yet. They have a rookie in there who's been doing really well up to this point.
Yeah,
he's been fantastic. But it's not like Baltimore didn't just cut through them and hang 30-something points on them.
Exactly, with
quarter.
ease.
Yeah,
with ease. 28 points and a half. Like smoked them.
So let's talk about this real quick. Dallas comes in and says Shakir more involved in the passing game on Sunday. If Gabe is a no. Shakir actually made a couple bonehead rookie mistakes, and he lost playing time throughout. He missed a key block that Josh got knocked down on 3rd and 1.
Down. Oh, 3rd down. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe it was 4th down.
I thought it was a 4th. It was.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think it was a 4th down. And then he made another one where he went the wrong way, and then you didn't see him much more after that.
Yeah.
He's a young guy. He'll figure it out. I'm not worried about him. I wouldn't mind getting him a little bit more involved, but I have a feeling Dave's going to go.
I tell you who I wanted to see more involved, regardless if Gabe Davis. Well, that too, but no, I'm talking about receiver right now. Like, even if Gabe Davis plays, like Crowder, I thought they didn't use him much last week.
Yes.
And dude, like I think they threw him once when we needed like a big play or whatever, and he made it happen. Like, I think they really got to start using Crowder a little bit more. And McKenzie too, man. Get McKenzie. Listen, get our speedsters involved.
We
have speed in McKenzie. Crowder could be that go-to Cole Beasley kind of guy. By the way, Cole Beasley signed with Tampa. I'm not sure if you saw that.
I did see that. He's on the practice squad as he's learning the plays, and then he'll come up.
That is a good weapon for Tom Brady, I have to admit. As much as I hate Tom Brady loves those little slot guys throughout his whole career. So that will help him a lot because they are struggling there. Their offense is terrible. And to get a guy like Cole to go over there for Tom to get rid of the ball quick, to have a kind of a better slot guy than they have, that's a great pickup by Tampa, I got to say.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
Chewy comes in and says, I can see Josh running a lot more this game. So can I. They play a lot of man coverage. And when you run man coverage, that leaves your quarterback to be able to take off. I can see Josh running more this game. But let's go back to your comment a second ago, Tom. You were talking about targets last week. So Jameis had two targets, 1 catch.
Yep.
Kumaro had 3 targets. Dawson Knox had 5 targets, 4 catches, 41 yards. McKenzie had 3 targets, 2 for 37. Gilliam had 3, 2 for 17. Crowder had 2, and he had 2 targets, 1 catch for 16. Quentin Morris had 1 target, 1 catch for 6. Devin Singletary had 3 for 2 for 2. He only had 2 for 2 yards. Moss had 1 target.
Both those
Shaquille
stupid
had
middle
2,
passes.
and Cook had 1. And most of those came from our backup. So, ultimately, Josh spread the ball around, which was awesome.
Yeah, he's been, though. Go back to week 1, it's the same thing. Everybody kind of got their hands on it.
Chewy comes in with a super chat and says, "Okay, Tommy and Mikey, great show as usual. What are your 3 keys for another?" And I'll get there, buddy. I'll get there.
Thank you.
Just know, we appreciate the super chat. We'll get there. The keys to the game will always be towards the end of the show, right before we do our predictions. We're here to take your guys' questions right now. So yeah, I would love to see us to continue what we have been doing, especially against if they're going to run a man a bunch. Those quick passes, get Josh in a rhythm early. The quick passing is our run game.
Yeah, basically, except for the, I hate that middle pass he does to the running back.
He always gets batted down.
I can't stand him. Even if he gets it there, it's like it's a pointless play. Like it's 2 yards.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think it's more of a risk because, like you said, batted down or batted in the air,
with a chance of
which
getting
could
picked.
very right big. Like, dude, get away from that. I know they like it. It's what's funny though. I almost see it there for a second. I'm like, oh, just throw it. He's there, but he goes to do it. It's either batted or just doesn't do anything. It's not effective. So you got it. I think Dorsey's
not going to be your run up the middle this year.
Yeah,
that throw over the middle is going to be your run up. Josh's, quarterback sneak up the middle. You hate that throw up the middle.
It just doesn't. It doesn't flow, man. It doesn't work.
And Scott, I think Knox had a pretty good game last week. I think if we needed him more, we'd have saw him more. He had 4. He caught 4 out of 5 targets, and he had 41 yards. But really, it was a Stephon Diggs show last week. He had 15 targets, 12 catches, 148, and 3 touchdowns. He was just cooking his guys over and over and over.
He was the hot hand. And I don't mind that. Like, he still spread the ball around. But if you got a receiver that's hot, like a Stephon Diggs, just like Gabe Davis against the Chiefs, like Diggs did terrible that game. But who cares? If we would have won that game, nobody would have been like, oh, Diggs, like,
Diggs
man, you got to step up.
They tried to take him out and double covered.
No, but I'm saying not terrible. He just didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't get it.
He didn't put up the stats. Yeah, he didn't put up the stats.
Right. So I don't care about listen. Give it. If Gabe Davis, for instance, plays this game and he's hot and they are doubling Diggs, whatever,
give it to him.
Cool. Like like if Davis is blowing by the receivers getting tough,
and if they're trying to take away both Davis and Diggs, go to Knox. Go to McKenzie. Go to Crowder. Go to McKenzie.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring your running backs out of the backfield. We have so many weapons, and we have a bunch of killers on this team.
Yeah, offense is dangerous.
Pim comes in and asks, you think that run Cook got in the fourth quarter can build momentum? Cook is going to be a fantastic – I think we should use Cook as the jet sweep guy, the gadget guy, the outside toss. Don't run him up the middle. The guy is too light right now, and he needs to put on a little bit of weight. But you get him outside, get him out in open space. That's what we want to use him in. Use him in the old Isaiah McKenzie type of stuff. Line him up in the slot and run jet sweeps with him. Get it. Let's use his speed. Don't line him up in the backfield.
Yeah.
Toss it to him.
Yeah.
Where's the pop pass? I want to see that pop pass come back.
Yeah, the pop pass too would work. But it's just his contact balance isn't quite there yet because he needs to build muscle. He needs to get a little bit more weight to him before he can, start going
taking on some of the D linemen.
Yeah, going in between the tackles, stuff like that. Like, you could tell he's just not. And not only that, he's just not. Bro, every rookie knows this. Like, the game is fast when you first. He was the fastest guy in college. He ain't you come here now, you got linebackers that are catching up. So it's a different speed. But once the game slows down for him, like, and his vision gets better, his contact balance gets better. Then you'll start seeing like James Cook get more carries, be more involved. But right now,
he's still getting his feet wet.
Yeah, still getting. I don't think you're gonna like this game here, bro. I hate to say it, man. Like, I want Singletary to run. Like, they do need to mix the run in better. But I have a feeling, Mikey, it's gonna be another Josh Allen going crazy game. Like, I just think. And I don't care as long as we win, because that's what we did. It was, it's so odd. If you watch the game, the Titans game, the very first run by Singletary went for 16 yards, right? So you're thinking, whoa, right? Like, here we go.
One of those games.
Right?
Nothing.
We ran it a couple more times, and that was a wrap.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
He had 6 carries, 19 yards, and he had a 16 yards on his first carry. He had 5 carries for freaking 3 yards.
Right? Like, but I understand though. Like, listen, I'm totally for if we're winning 41-7, we're putting up whatever. We're putting up 40 points, high 30s, and that's working. I'm not the one that's going to complain and say Singletary needs to run the ball more. Like, but if the games are super close or it's windy and we're just not going good on passing, and we still keep trying to pass it, that's when I get a little frustrated. Like,
we haven't seen that yet with Dorsey. I have a feeling Dorsey's not going to get stuck in his ways. I don't think Dorsey's going to get stuck in his ways.
No, he's not. He's not. But it hasn't been. My point is, there hasn't been a game yet, at least a few weeks, that like he's like, oh, we gotta change it. What I would like though, I would like.
He did do that last week. He started out trying to run the ball. He couldn't. He quickly switched it to a pass game.
But what I would like, I'll tell you what I would like to see. And we said this last year, like, do the opposite. Like, do that where you're passing and then you mix in then you start tricking them with some run plays because they're not going to expect it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If we're pass heavy and then you start to, we need to start doing the opposite, work the pass to open up the run. But you can't, especially listen, so I guess I got to ask you, are we trying to you think the game plan here is kind of like when we play the Chiefs is keep Mahomes off the field? Or do you think we're just going in this game let's just play our style of football and let the defense do their job?
Listen, Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are both fantastic wide receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Gesicki is a fantastic tight end.
Mm.
That offensive line and that quarterback doesn't scare me. Really, he doesn't. They had 3 touchdowns in 7 quarters and then exploded for 4 touchdowns, and everyone thinks they're the second coming of the greatest show on turf.
Right. And don't forget, we own them. Leslie
Josh,
Frazier.
Josh is having going to his house.
Yeah, and defense too. Leslie Frazier dials it up against Tua. He has his number right now. So unless Tua drastically improved, I mean drastically, and their offensive coordinator is a genius, I don't see it happening.
Mike McDaniel calls a good game, but I just think they get so much hype for that fourth quarter. If they didn't have that fourth quarter and they lost, no one would be hyping them up.
You're going to see their true colors. Even with our players gone, even with some of our key guys down, you're going to still listen. This is a big step for them, for the Dolphins. This is not a step for us. I'm going to tell you guys the truth. This is not. People are saying it. I'm hearing it, but it ain't a step. This is not a test. I'm going to be really real with you guys. If we play our style football, if we do everything right, we stay disciplined, this will be another blowout game. I'm being honest with you guys. That's how I see it. This is not a step for us. This is a test for the Dolphins, right? If the Dolphins can even, let's say the Bills win, but barely. Let's say we win by a field goal, 38-35.
That's a win for the Dolphins.
That's a win for the Dolphins. That's a great test for the Dolphins. Dolphins hung in there with the best team in football. But if we blow them out the water, which I think we will, then it's going to show their true colors. They are not ready for the big dogs. And that's what guys missing. That's what top guys missing on our defense, right?
Yep.
So that's all I'm saying.
But we have ways.
Hey, man. Hey, listen. I want to say something, Scott Blakely. Have I not been right so far the first 2 weeks on my score predictions? Let's just give credit where credit is due. Come on. Come on, Mikey.
Whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Hey, I didn't say it. Call it.
I almost nailed week 1. I was off. I gave them way too much credit in week 2. I gave the Titans way too much credit.
See, you guys listening to this guy over here on my right?
Yeah. I gave him way too much credit. So, anyways, ultimately, at the end of the day, kudos to the Dolphins for making that giant comeback and getting gassed up the way they are. I personally think the first 7 quarters of football is more of the Dolphins than the 8th quarter of football. But we'll find out this weekend. So
we definitely will.
All right, so let's moving on to the keys of the game.
There we go. Chewy asked for that earlier.
To the game. Get physical with Hill and Waddle. Don't let them have those free release.
Yep.
You want to bracket them. Play with the 2 high safeties. Don't let them go over the top. Make Tua, come out quick. If they want to try, and the reason why I want to, bump them, really, is because throw Tua off. Tua has to go to a 2nd or 3rd or 4th read. He struggles, and by the time he gets there was a lot of times that he found Tyreek Hill late. That is 4 or 5 seconds because there was no pass rush coming from Baltimore. That's not going to be the case with the Bills.
Yeah, no, man. It's not. I agree. We got to jam them up. Excuse me. Jam them up at the line. Get physical. Also, don't be afraid. If you feel like you're beat, hold them. Take a 5-yard penalty. I'll take it over. Penalty. I don't care. Whatever. I'll take it over a wide busted play.
Yep.
Yeah. Because listen, if there's a busted play, I will say this: they're going to take it to the house. They're that fast, both of them.
Good, brother.
You cannot have a busted play. When we haven't had one yet, and I don't think we're going to have one this game coming up. But if you feel like it, if you feel like you got beat, go ahead and hold them. Like, I do not care. We could settle back on defense and take that 15 yard.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
Just know our two young guys are gonna have bumps this game. They're
100%.
Hill and Waddle are too good not to have catches, have yards. It's gonna be when we get into the condensed space in the red zone, hold them to field goals, not touchdowns.
Right. 100%.
At the end of the day,
100%.
hold them to field goal, not touchdowns.
Yep.
So, moving on, key number 2, pass rush. We are missing Oliver. We are missing Phillips from the inside. I need to see Vaughn and Epinesa and Rousseau and Basham and Lawson bring their A games. Come in and wreck. You start hitting Tua early, he's going to crumble.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Bring that heat. Listen, I want to say this too, and I keep saying it, and it worked last week. We don't do it often, but when we do, it always works. Linebacker blitz. When Tremaine Edmonds goes in there, bro, he gets home like 90% of the time, Mikey.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, when we bring those linebacker blitz.
Bring Edmonds, bring Milano, bring Karen Johnson. Get exotic. Don't let them know where it's coming from, because Tua's we start hitting Tua early, which is why he says his key is smash Tua.
Yeah. Yes. I agree.
Tua, floats the ball a lot. Let our secondaries go, let them make that throw before the guy's ready and float it out there, and let our secondaries go and become a ball hawk.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas comes in with a question. We didn't talk about last game. What was the challenge McD did in the first half? He was calling a timeout either way because he wanted to give his it was a terrible challenge, but he wanted to give his defense a breather because they were getting used on that first one. So he and from what Matt Perino said, it wasn't Matt Perino, it was Buffalo Plus, who was down on the field. One of the guys from Buffalo Plus said the angle that they had on it was terrible. They couldn't tell if it was caught or not from the angle. So McDermott just said he was going to use timeout anyway, so he used the challenge.
I will say this: he's never been good.
Yeah,
he's never been good at challenges.
He's never been good at challenges anyway. No, but if you think about it, the rules now, don't really, you don't really need 2 challenges. Every turnover is reviewable. Every touchdown is reviewable.
Right.
So not very often do you use 2 challenges in a game, anyways.
Yeah. Yep. I'm like I said, bro. I'll be honest, man. I'm so, these first 2 weeks, I'm like, I think I'm just so used to the other team scoring a touchdown right away.
Thomas is buying into the hype of the Dolphins. He says, bet the over, high scoring game. Thomas, the first 7 quarters, they had 3 touchdowns. In the 8th quarter, they had 4. Don't get caught up with the fourth quarter.
Yeah, man. You got to listen. You got to really.
Chewy,
you got to stop. Yeah, go ahead.
Dan Faith came in from Buffalo Plus. Thank you, Chewy.
Stop looking. Honestly, guys, and I'll tell you this, Thomas. Stop looking at what other teams are doing and look at what the Bills' defense has been doing. Right?
Absolutely.
What we have been doing. Like don't be. I know we got to be concerned about the other team, but if you look at our defense on a whole and what we've done for this first 2 weeks, right? How we adjusted on defense as well. It's been masterful. That's all I can tell you. So I know you're concerned about their speed, but I think they need to be more concerned about us and our defense of how we've been playing than we need to do with them. So I don't think it's going to, I'm telling you right now, I would not take the over. I think we are going to, I don't know if we're going to score in the 40s, Mikey.
I think we're going to be in the 30s.
But I think we're going to be in the high 30s, bro.
I think we're going to be in the low 30s. Thomas comes in says because of the defensive injuries. Okay, so let's think about this. We're without Hyde and Jackson. We're without Phillips and Oliver.
Yeah.
So the replacements for Phillips and Oliver are Settle and Daquan Jones.
Yeah.
And then we bring up Bryant and Brewer, who played fantastic last week.
Yeah, they did. They did.
Yep. The replacements for Jackson and Hyde is Elam and Daquan Johnson.
Mm-hmm. And
I'm
Settle,
not.
Settle, yeah.
I'm not that
Settle
worried about
has
it,
that juice. And
yeah, and
Settle has the
Settle has
juice
that
like
3 check.
Phillips.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he has
and
that 3 check flex.
exactly. So he's a high energy guy. He's kind of like Phillips. Like he
Yeah.
plays with that energy so
We got depth, brother.
I
Don't be
hate
worried.
the
We got
fact
depth.
I really hate the fact that Phillips isn't playing, I'll be honest with you. And
Yep.
Oliver. I hate that everybody's missing. But
Yep.
this is why we got depth. This is why we went
Yeah.
out and got so many defensive tackles and edge. Like this is what
And don't forget, we can
needed
always
it.
flip Groot or Shaq or Epinesa or Boogie inside on passing downs.
Yeah.
You know, to give us more of a pass rush.
And be happy this isn't the other way around, too. That isn't our offensive line. Because then I would say then I would be a little nervous. Not nervous, but
I'd be more nervous than I am.
Yeah.
I'd be a little bit more nervous than I am about the defense.
Like when Morse went down, I'm like, bro, the guy who Rottenborn, who I like, was, bro, those snaps were scary, bro. Like low to the right, a little high. Like I was like, oh. He did okay in coverage, but
Thomas, you are right. Hill and Waddle are threats.
Oh, big time.
But
they are.
They have to be able to throw the ball to them downfield for them to be those threats. I mean, I guess they could, but the Bills have been tackling so much better this year, and that's why I'm not nervous about it. If the Bills were tackling like they did last year, I'd be a little bit more worried.
Yeah, I agree. It sucks that Hyde's not playing. I will say that too. Yeah. But Jaquan Johnson's going to fill in just right. He's been here. He's been here a couple years already.
And he has every year that he's had to fill in for one of the two. He's played fantastic that game.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about it at all. Like we have the depth that will be able to be just fine. Our defense runs. It's next man up.
Yeah, they're going to listen. I still expect them to get close to 100 apiece.
Yeah.
Because they're going to get their short little
6 and 10 catches apiece between 80 and probably 100 yards.
Right. They're going to get their slants where speed's going to get them a couple, yards
RPO,
after catch.
The quick little
RPOs, they're going to get some yards after catch. But to be honest with you, it's about keeping them out of what, Mikey?
The end zone.
The end zone. Right.
It's all about keeping them out of the end zone.
That's it.
Anyone miss Jerry? He's 55 and the Hawaiian player. I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I know Jerry Hughes.
Yeah.
The Hawaiian player.
Oh, you talking about Star Lutule? No.
Oh.
We replaced Star with Daquan Jones, Jordan Phillips, and and Tim Settle. We replaced Jerry with Von Miller. I don't think either one of them. We're good.
Right. We're all right.
At the end of the day, they're gonna make plays. Miami does have a good offense. They do have an offensive-minded head coach who is putting them in. Miami is a good team.
Yeah,
a really good team. They're probably gonna make the playoffs.
I predicted them 9 to 10 wins.
Yeah,
I never said they were bad. Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna hang with the Bills though. I really don't.
Right, I don't either.
But we'll see.
We're a couple days away.
Yep. And then my third key to the game: fast start in red zone, just like it was last week. Offense get off to the fast start, score touchdowns, not field goals. Hold them to field goals, not touchdowns, and we win this game by big.
Yeah, I agree. If I had to throw one in there, just to throw an extra, even though it's 3 keys to the game, as a bonus key, would be the 3rd and short that we did bad last week.
Yep.
We did very good week 1, but week 2 was not the best.
No, we all converted on 4th.
Right. We got to fix that. Because there's going to be those plays and we can't be 4th and 1 and not get it. You know what I mean? Yeah. 3rd and 1 and not get it. And
they don't have a Jeffrey Simmons on their defensive line.
No, I get that. I totally understand that. I want to make sure that we have a better play call than what we did against the Titans, because that was bad. Like there was a couple plays I'm like, what are we doing? Like it was bad, Mikey. Like I was like, what the hell is going on here? This is not us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. All right, Tommy. We're kind of getting to that time.
Mm-hmm.
Prediction time, brother. I'll go first.
Wee.
I have this game as 31-23. I think it's in the fourth quarter. We're going to be up 31 to what 16, and then they're going to score a touchdown, garbage time touchdown, make it 23.
Okay.
So, and I would not be surprised to see it more closer to 38-23.
Yeah.
But
Right.
your turn, Tom. What you got?
It's tough. Putting me on a spot.
Why we're waiting on Tommy? Give me your score predictions.
Yeah. Go ahead, because I'm tallying up the touchdowns.
Thank you for being with us, Thomas. We appreciate you riding with us always, buddy.
Oh, by the way, I do want to say this. I did last week predict that we are going to have a lot of turnovers against Tannehill.
Yep.
and we most certainly did. So this is my prediction on this score.
Chewy.
Yeah, go ahead.
His
of course.
Tell me to 5 beers.
All right. I got the score. This is going to be crazy, guys. But I'm going to go. And I thought, I know I said this earlier, under 40, but I have changed my mind. I'm going 41 again to 13. I'm going the same score prediction with a defensive touchdown again.
What is
in this game? 41-13, the same score. No, matter of fact, I last week I said 41-10. This week I'm saying 41-13 with a defensive touchdown. We get 4 touchdowns on offense with the 5th touchdown on defense. I think we have a couple turnovers against Tua, and we may even have one on special teams. The way special teams have been playing, I would not be surprised. But either way, I think 5 total touchdowns, and one of them being the defense. So 41-13.
You can go with, if you want to go with me. Yes, bet the over. Ultimately, I don't think. I don't
look at these close scores.
I don't think the 23. I said they get a garbage time touchdown at the end that makes it 23. You can bet the over. I'm good with
There
that.
you go, Daniel. Daniel's on my side. He's going with 40. Look at Daniel.
Jay rocks. Thank you for joining us, Jay. I think it's the first time I've seen you in here. 35-20. Oh, he's a Fins fan. That's why.
Oh, J Rock.
But you know what? I appreciate you coming in. Come in.
Yeah,
and support 100%. The team, brother. Come in and support
wow, and
the team.
he has a Good for you.
If I was a Fins fan,
I think that's Captain D's buddy.
Is it?
I think. I could be wrong. But I think that's Captain D's buddy. He used to come on the AFC Shakedown show. I could be wrong. Totally could be wrong.
Daniel DG.
There we go.
20. Nice.
Damn, almost a 50 burger.
Yeah. JJ is Captain
D. Captain D boy. I knew it.
Yeah. Hey, come on in. You know, share your love. You know, it's all about fun, right? That's what we're doing here. Mm-hmm. Talking ball. You know, I like what they're doing though there in Miami. At the end of the day, I do.
Yeah.
I just don't trust Tua. I really don't. And I know a lot of people do. You know, I need to see more than one quarter.
This is it. I will say this will be his yes, this will be the first true test of the season. Like going against a legit defense. And offense, by the way, for their defense.
Why has it as a defensive game 5-3?
Yeah, it's not going to happen. Never. That would be unbelievable.
Yes, I'm with you, Jay. Tua has to prove himself, and you know what? This is his chance.
This is definitely his chance. Yep, I agree.
All right, Tommy. Any last thoughts from you, brother?
No, but I'm going live at 9:30, guys. It will not be on Mafia Sports Report. It will be on Ace Per Head, which is Curtis. If y'all know Curtis, he's the Dolphins fan. But we do a show called NFL Overtime Podcast, and we alternate week to week. So this week, tonight, will be on Ace Per Head. So if you guys want to scoot on over there at 9:30. NFL Overtime Podcast will be there. We'll be covering, obviously, the Dolphins game again, and you're going to hear a different point of view from a guy that knows his football as well, and Curtis. So
I'll be in the chat. So
and Saturday,
with me? Come on.
Yeah, exactly. And Saturday, Just a heads up, Fantasy Kingdom at 1 on Mafia Sports Report, and at 6 AFC East Shakedown, and at 8:30 Backdoor Bills Talk is back with Jason Malloy because he was under the weather, guys, last week. So, and then I got some more stuff brewing, by the way, which I'll as soon as everything's set in stone, I'll tweet it out. But other than that, guys, we appreciate you guys coming here, man.
All right, Tommy. Let's play the best outro in the business, brother.
All right, guys. Peace out. Go Bills.